and I managed to come outside just for a little bit because it was raining. So we are being cleansed by the rain. And it's been 11 years since we had this much rain, as told by the farmers. And I really trust their words because they know exactly the weather and what's going on. And I love listening to them. So it's been 11 years since we had this kind of weather, and we are being blessed. We are being blessed with so much water. The grass is so much greener. My plants are just blooming. And yeah, it's just amazing just to go for walks and ground down and have that fresh breath and the rain. We've also had a cyclone this week, and it was crazy. It was crazy, crazy weather. We were advised not to go out. And yeah, so I see all around the world there are floods, snowstorms, cyclones. It's just crazy right now. And all this crazy weather, all of this happening is to get the energy shifted, to get it circling around, like building momentum. It's like building momentum. And what I believe to be true is that all of this happening is actually moving us, shifting us to the new timeline, to the new 5D, to everything that's meant to be. Nothing about this is a coincidence. And do not let media or people around you put you in fear. Yes, if you have to stay home, stay safe, get your food, whatever. Yes, prepare for sure, but do not be scared. This is all being guided. This is the biggest show on earth right now. So that's why there are all these eruptions going on. It's all energy. And yeah, so it's a beautiful time. It's lovely to see, and I hope that you all are safe. And yeah, so right now it is the death rebirth cycle, and us as human beings having this human experience, we always see death as such a scary thing. Like, people have, what do they call that? People have mortal fear. That means being scared to die, having a big fear of death, of when they will have that exit from this earth to other realms, to the spiritual realm. But I'll let you know this, we all plan our exiting before we come. So do not be scared. You agreed to it. You decided that it was the best thing for your soul. Now, a part of that, it is the death rebirth cycle. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that it is the death of the old you, of the old habits, of the old thoughts, of the old patterns, of your old beliefs. That is the death of you as a human, the old you. And now you are shifting into that rebirth cycle. But first, to have rebirth, you need to have death. You need to go through that process. So it's like you are being prepared through the death cycle to shift into that rebirth era of yourself as a person, as an individual, and as a collective. So we are all going through this. Maybe you've been feeling kind of shifty lately. Maybe your energy wasn't as high. Maybe you feel a little low, maybe anxious, fearful. It's okay. It is all part of your preparation as an individual and all of us souls that are here on earth. And we are currently in a transcending experience. So we are literally transcending ourselves, like we are shedding our old skin, just like a snake does, a reptile. We are shedding that old skin and we are moving into that transcending experience. And this is what it's all about. This is why We all chose to come to Earth, okay? We chose to come to experience this, to go through growing pains so we can learn from them, so we can grow, we can expand as individuals. Last time I was watching this movie, and it was talking about that story in the Buddhist culture of how to empty your cup. And it was, I'm not like, I can't remember the whole story, but it was just basically about this master, and this student went, I think, into this temple. I'm not sure what do they call them in these Buddhism. They're not ashrams, because that's more of the Hindu. But anyway, he went to this temple, this student, and he told the master, he's like, I want to go through enlightenment. I want to feel, I want to be enlightened. And so this master was making a cup of tea, asked him if he wanted a cup, and he said yes. And I'm just cutting the story really short and simple. And so he had 2 cups, and he filled his, and that was all right. And then he went to the students. And once he came to the top, he just kept on filling. So the tea started spilling on the table, on the floor, on the students' clothing. And the student was like, stop, you're putting tea all over. And the master was like, yes, that's exactly it, because you need to empty your cup to move forward with your journey, to have that enlightenment, to feel that balance, to have that openness within. And in order to do that, you need to empty your cup. You need to literally shed your skin from everything you've been as a person. And to do this work, you can only do it from the inside out. You can never do it from the outside in. That is how you heal, from the inside out. So it's a beautiful story that really has an important lesson, I think, for all of us. And this transcending experience is literally, we're emptying our cup. And it is how to find your soul, your true self, through empathy, through insight, through peace, through balance. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So if you have time, like, watch that video. It's Empty the Cup. That's all that it's called. And you'll find a monk, a master. And yeah, so we are in the death and rebirth cycle. We are literally rediscovering ourselves, our true selves. This out here, what we see, this is only our vehicle for this journey in life. What truly matters is the inside. Who are you inside? Who is the true person inside of this vehicle? And I think that is the most important thing that you can take from this life. When you exit this world, when your due date finally comes, what did you take from this whole experience? What did you learn about yourself, about who you truly are, and how did you handle it? How were you with other individuals that are on this individual journey of themselves, of trying to find their true selves, you know? And the only way you can do this journey is with love. You cannot do this journey with hatred, with fear, with anxiety, with all of those chaotic feelings that we've been holding deep inside. So think of yourself as you are shedding your skin, not your clothes, your skin. You are shedding your skin. And this is the most important lesson of all. The most important lesson of all. So, well, I felt that this message truly came out in a way that I wasn't sure how to kind of put it into words. I do love to read, and I love to watch like channelers and, you know, a lot of things in the spiritual realm. And that's how, like, I do get quite a lot of messages, and I do get them through meditation and through talking to people. And I'm like, yes, this is the message. I feel that we are all changing. We are all changing. Do you feel like you are changing as a person? Do you look back and see yourself today as such a different person? I found 2 moths. So first I found one in the morning. It was the day before yesterday. I found it on our front door, just there, and I was like, wow, that's a beautiful messages. I've been receiving so many insights right now, through numbers and through animals and through messages, you know, in the spiritual realm. And then last night I had 2 moths in our home, and one of them was just stunning. Yeah, the patterns on it were amazing. And so I had researched the first time I saw that moth in our front door, on our front door. And it was all about finding balance and all about changes coming ahead. And I can feel within amazing changes coming. And it is so beautiful that I do not know what these changes are, but I can feel them. And I feel that I have been, by my vibrations, bringing that vibrational momentum, doing things to help this change happen. And that's another thing. Like, I believe in order to manifest certain things in your life, you need to work on being that individual. So, for example, if you want to manifest a new career, you just cannot meditate and just say, okay, I'm going to start this new career. I'm going to be in this line, industry, whatever. I personally think that you need to help push it through. So you cannot just manifest that you want to be a teacher and not have teaching skills, or I don't know, certain qualifications. I don't know what you have to be a teacher. You need to push through, and you need to help yourself be that version of you. So yeah, I feel that lots of changes are coming through, and I definitely did get those messages through the moths. They're all about changing, transitioning, and bringing balance and peace within and without. So I am excited. I have enrolled myself in doing a course all about healing, energy healing. I've been feeling called to do this for a few years now, but I was doing a yoga course at that time to become a teacher, and that was hectic. Then I had some work courses to go through, and yeah, so it's been chaos, and I finally did it. I finally applied, and I am just loving it. I'm learning so much. And it's so funny because this is one reason why I didn't feel like, because how can you learn, how can you study about energy healing? I used to think, and it is true, that we all have healing powers within us. I mean, they have been healing, people have been healing other people 750 to 1,000 years before Christ. So this is nothing new. Do not let people tell you otherwise. We can heal ourselves with the right mindset, with the right food, with the right stillness, with the right environment, with the, without stresses in our life or limiting those stresses. We can all heal ourselves, and we can heal one another, as well as we can heal animals, and animals can heal us. So I've been always thinking, like, how can you learn about that when it's all within us? We have the healing power with our hands. But I felt just being called, and always being called to enroll, and I finally did. And I definitely feel that it was the right move, because I've learned things that I didn't know before. And yeah, it's so good to learn and to know new information, because that also is how you grow. As long as this knowledge and this information is for you to be your highest potential, have the highest, how can I say it? Being the highest self, your highest self. If this is going to help you evolve, then yes, go for it. Whatever it is. I mean, even if it's just doing something in your life that you've been wanting to do, sometimes we have so many other focuses and so many thoughts that we are so indoctrinated to think that we cannot do things, or it really taught me a lot, and it's been teaching me a lot. So I'm really, really enjoying this, and I would love to share this information and this guidance that I've been learning with you. So yeah, and yeah, I think I really shared this beautiful message, and I hope that it helps you through your journey. One last thing that I'm going to leave you with. As Buddha said, peace comes from within. Do not seek without. Peace comes from within. Do not seek without. So if you truly want to change who you are, change your life, and heal from trauma, from experiences, you need to start from within. That is the biggest lesson I've learned through my healing journey. And eliminate the without, because that is just a disruptor. That is a pattern disruptor. The chaos is a pattern disruptor. And we do need chaos. We do need these emotions so we can literally shed our skins and grow out of them. So I'm going to leave you with that. The light in me always, always, always greets the light in you. And I wish you a safe and beautiful journey ahead, with lots of sunshine, with lots of cleansing water. And yes, I'll see you next time.